Imagine someone walked up to you today and placed a crisp $100 bill in your hand. No strings attached, no catch. Just one simple question. What would you do with it? If you're like most people, you'd probably already have a plan. Maybe it's dinner with friends, a new pair of shoes you've been looking at, something on Amazon that's been sitting in your cart, or another monthly subscription that seems cheap enough not to matter. A few days later, that $100 is gone, and life continues exactly as it did before. But what if I told you that this tiny financial decision says more about your future than almost any other money choice you'll ever make? The truth is, becoming wealthy isn't about making $1 million overnight. It isn't about having the perfect salary, finding the next hot stock, or getting lucky with cryptocurrency. Building wealth is much less exciting than that. It's built through small decisions that most people ignore because they don't seem important enough. The $100 rule is one of those decisions. And once you understand it, you'll never look at money the same way again. Most people think money exists to be spent. They work hard all month, their paycheck arrives, and their first thought is what they deserve to buy. They've convinced themselves that because they worked for the money, they should enjoy it immediately. There's nothing wrong with enjoying the money you earn. The problem begins when every single dollar disappears, before it ever has the chance to improve your future. Wealthy people don't think this way. They still enjoy life. They still buy things they like, but before they spend money, they ask themselves a question that completely changes the outcome of their financial lives. They ask, can this money make me more money first? That simple question separates people who slowly build wealth from people who spend their entire lives wondering why their bank account never grows. Think about money as if it were an employee. Every dollar you own is capable of working for you, but only if you give it the opportunity. Imagine hiring an employee on Monday morning and firing them before lunch. They never had the chance to produce anything for your business. That's exactly what happens every time money comes into your account and immediately leaves it. You never gave that dollar the chance to create another dollar. Let's imagine two people. We'll call them Rick and Brad. Rick and Brad earn exactly the same salary. They live in similar apartments, drive similar cars, and have nearly identical monthly expenses. At the end of every month, both of them have an extra $100. Brad believes $100 isn't enough to make a difference, so he spends it. Sometimes it's takeout, sometimes it's clothes. Sometimes it's another gadget he didn't really need. By the end of every month, the money is gone and he doesn't think much about it. Rick looks at the same $100 differently. He knows it won't make him rich overnight, but he also knows that's not the point. Instead of asking what he can buy, he asks how that money can help his future. Some months he invests it, other months he uses it to learn a new skill or buy something that increases his ability to earn more money later. The amount stays exactly the same, but the decision is completely different. Here's what's interesting. After 1 year, neither Rick nor Brad looks wealthy. They still wake up at the same time, go to work, and live fairly ordinary lives. If you met them on the street, you probably couldn't tell who was making the better financial decisions. This is where most people give up. They expect investing to transform their lives within months. And when it doesn't, they decide it isn't worth it. But wealth doesn't reward impatience. It rewards consistency. Imagine planting an apple seed. Nobody digs it up after 2 weeks and says, I guess this doesn't work. You understand that growth takes time. You water it, protect it, and trust the process. Money works exactly the same way. In the beginning, progress feels invisible. Then one day you look back and realize that the small decisions you almost ignored completely changed your financial life. The biggest mistake people make is believing small amounts of money don't matter. $100 feels too small to change your future, so they spend it without thinking twice. But wealth isn't built from one massive decision. It's built from hundreds of tiny decisions repeated over years. $100 invested once won't change your life. $100 invested consistently can. Every time you choose to invest instead of spend, you're doing something much bigger than growing your bank account. You're training your mind. You're teaching yourself delayed gratification. You're proving that your future is more important than a temporary purchase. That habit becomes part of your identity, and eventually making smart financial decisions no longer feels difficult. It simply becomes who you are. The world constantly encourages you to spend. Every advertisement tells you that happiness is one purchase away. Every sale tells you you'll regret missing out. Social media convinces you that everyone else owns better things, drives nicer cars, and lives more exciting lives. But what you don't see is how many people are financing lifestyles they can't actually afford. Looking wealthy and becoming wealthy are two completely different things, and confusing the two has kept millions of people trapped in a cycle of earning and spending. Now here's where everything changes. Understanding that $100 matters is only the beginning. The real question is this: what should you actually do with your next $100? Because not every $100 belongs in the stock market. Sometimes the smartest decision is paying off high-interest debt. Sometimes it's building an emergency fund. Sometimes it's learning a skill that helps you earn more money for years to come. The people who build real wealth aren't just investing more. They're putting every dollar to work in the right order. And once every dollar has a purpose, building wealth stops feeling complicated. It simply becomes a system that works for for you. If you found value in this video, subscribe to Build Wealth with Angelo because every week we break down simple money habits that can help you build real wealth over time. Like this video if it changed the way you think about money, and share it with someone who still believes small amounts of money don't matter. Remember, wealth isn't built by one big decision. It's built by hundreds of small decisions repeated consistently over time. Until the next video, peace.